Hello friends, in today's video we're going to be working on this Honda Civic 2008 model. This one is 8th generation Honda Civic, and the problem we have is that the clutch master cylinder is gone. Basically when you press the clutch down, the clutch will not come back up, and also the fluid in the clutch reservoir bottle is all gone dirty. That is to do with all the seals inside the clutch master cylinder are deteriorated, and that's the reason why the clutch is not functioning properly. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this trim, and then we're gonna remove this knee bolster. So the way we're gonna remove this side panel is we're gonna use this tool. We're gonna insert it in here and run it all the way along in this manner, and then just gonna pull it out. Next we'll have to remove this Phillips screw, just one screw here, and then we can just pull the knee bolster all the way down. There we go. That's the screw out of the way. So now what we can do is we can just pull the knee bolster all the way down from this side, and then from the other side. Just gonna put my hand in, and there we go. So that's the knee bolster fully disengaged. The first thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna remove these harness clips, one here and then this one here. There we go. So that's two clips out of the way. Next thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna remove the clutch pedal assembly, which is secured by 4 nuts. One is behind the steering column here on the right, one is there. So these are the right hand side ones, and then there are 2 on the left hand side, one there and one just there. We're going to be using a 12mm socket and the ratchet to remove 4 nuts which are holding the clutch pedal assembly. Right, so just going to remove the top right nut. There we go. There we go, so that's top right nut fully removed. Right, so next we're gonna remove bottom right nut. There. There we go, so that's bottom right nut fully removed. Right, so next we're gonna remove bottom left nut. So that's bottom left nut fully removed. That's right, so next we're gonna remove top left nut. So that's all 4 nuts fully removed. So now the whole assembly you can see is moving freely. Right, so next we're gonna remove this clamp so that we can move all these cables to the side. And this clamp here is secured by 10mm bolt, so just gonna remove that. There we go. So that's the bolt fully removed. Alright, so next we're gonna free this clip here. There we go. So this harness clip here is connected to the clutch pedal assembly. Right, so now we are ready to disconnect the hydraulic pipes. There are two of them. Right, so we're struggling with the light issue in this footwell area. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna remove this trim as well, which is the steering column bottom trim. So that's gonna give us more light in this area to work on clutch pedal. Right, so next we're gonna undo this 10mm nut here, okay, and also what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a 17mm spanner to lock the base here to undo the nut. So I'm gonna make sure I have some container underneath to collect all the fluid coming out. So I've slackened it off. Just gonna remove this bracket. This bracket is not letting me do my work properly, so just gonna remove this bracket. Alright, so I've taken this bracket off. So now I can just move the harness to the side and can work easily. So the vent here, the footwell air vent, you can pull it out as well. There we go. Right, so next we're gonna undo this pipe here. So just gonna undo the clip. So squeeze the clip, push it all the way back. So now I'll just pull the pipe out. I will use both hands to pull the pipe out, so because of that I'm unable to make the video. I have disconnected this pipe here. Only one thing which is holding the clutch assembly, pedal assembly, is this clip here. So just gonna there we go. So that's the clip removed. There wasn't much fluid coming out of that pipe there, the black pipe. Right, make sure that you block that black flexi pipe with a small bolt so that no fluid can escape from the pipe. So just gonna bring it out of the car. It was a bit of a mission to get to it. So in order to remove the clutch master cylinder, we've got two bolts here, 12mm bolts we need to undo, and also we'll have to remove this quarter pin, and that's gonna allow the old faulty master cylinder to come out, and then we're going to replace it with this aftermarket clutch master cylinder. So 2 12mm bolts. There you go. One of them is out of the way. One here. Then we're gonna come to this end. Gonna pull out this quarter pin, so you can twist it and pull it out like this. Okay, that's the quarter pin out of the way, and then it's just this part here, this pin here. So this is the whole master cylinder taken out. Yeah, so when you press it, the dirty fluid is coming out here. That is because all the seals inside, they got deteriorated, so they are not working as they should be working. So the setting on the old clutch master cylinder is like this. So we're going to do the same on the new one. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to just bring it up here, and then we're going to tighten this nut. So what we're going to do here is we're going to lock this mechanism into the wrench in this manner, and then we're going to tighten this 12mm nut. There we go, that's nice and tight. Right, so next what we're going to do is we're going to reuse this part here, this socket here, in here. So the way we're going to pull it out is that we're going to squeeze this clip here, and squeeze it tight all the way. And now we can pull this clip out. There we go. It just pulls out. Okay. So we're gonna slide it in here like this, and then the pin goes in this manner. Just gonna tap it gently all the way down, and then we're gonna open this split stud. There we go. So that's this part here fully secured. So we are ready to fit the clutch master cylinder back into the clutch pedal assembly. This is the old one, just gonna chuck it away. So the way it's gonna get fitted is like this. So before we screw this side, we're just gonna go onto this side. Okay, just gonna turn it this way. The pin, this pin, locking pin, just slide it in here in this manner. Just gonna tap it in. There we go. Then this quarter pin, we're gonna slide it in here. Just gonna push it all the way in like this, so that this side of the clutch master cylinder fully secured. So this is the clutch pedal side of it. So now we're gonna come this way. So just gonna slide in two 12mm bolts. Always hand tighten them to start off with. Right, so just gonna torque up these two 12mm bolts. I'm just gonna rest it here like this, and then make sure that they are nice and tight. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now we are ready to go back into the footwell area to install the clutch pedal assembly. Right, here we go. So what we're gonna do here is just gonna slide it in here. Right, so this pipe, what we're gonna, let me just take this dust cap off. We're just gonna screw this pipe in here in this manner. There we go. So I'll push that pipe all the way in, the pipe which goes here. Right, so just gonna screw this clip here. Just gonna bring it all the way up here. Here, so that's the flexi pipe fully secured. So now we need to secure the copper pipe, which is this one here. So we need to bring it up here, and we're gonna do the couple of turns by hand, and then we're gonna tighten it. This is very tricky one, because you have to have the thread right, otherwise it's gonna get cross-threaded. There we go. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just hold it here, and we're gonna do a couple of turns by hand. Right, so what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna lock the spanner onto this piece here, and then I'm gonna tighten the terminal nut. There we go. So that's the copper pipe fully secured. Now that we have seated the clutch assembly back onto the studs, so we're gonna secure it with 4 12mm nuts. So just gonna do that. Right, so one goes here. So this is the top right hand side. So now we're gonna fit the top left hand side nut. Right, so just gonna screw the bottom two nuts. There we go. That's nice and tight. So that's the bottom left nut fully secured. Right, just gonna secure the bottom right nut. We're gonna use a 1/4 ratchet and a socket on this one because of the steering column in the way. There we go. Right, so now we're gonna secure the top right hand side nut. There we go, that's fully secured. Right, top left hand side now. There we go, that's that nice and tight. Right, so next we're gonna secure this bracket. So this bracket goes up here, just there. There we go, that's nice and tight. Next we're gonna secure these harness connectors, clips. Right, so next we're gonna secure these harness connectors. One goes here, the other one goes in here. There we go. That's the clutch assembly nicely secured. All the connectors are secured as well. Right, so next we're going to fit this steering column trim which goes here like this. There we go. Three Phillips screws to secure it. Next we're going to fit this air vent. So this is the footwell air vent, which should just clip in here. There we go. Now that we have fitted all the components related to the clutch paddle assembly, so we're going to go into the engine compartment and we're going to bleed the clutch, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put the knee bolster back on here and trim here, and then that's the job done. Alright, so the reason why I didn't fit the knee bolster and the side panel is that I will not look for any possible leaks. In order to get to the clutch slave cylinder so that we can bleed the clutch, we'll have to remove this engine cover, which is secured by 4 10mm nuts. There we go. So here is the location for the slave cylinder bleeder nipple. So we're gonna remove the dust cap off. So we're going to use a 8mm socket and the ratchet to slacken off the bleeder nipple. There we go. That's good enough. So we have connected this pipe to the bleeder nipple so that we can collect all the dirty fluid into the bottle. So here is the location for the clutch fluid bottle. So we're gonna pour fresh clutch fluid into the bottle. We're using dot for brake fluid, which is okay to use for the clutch fluid as well. So we're gonna make sure that we fill up the bottle at max while we are pumping the clutch and getting rid of all the dirty fluid. So here is the jar where we're gonna collect all the dirty fluid in. So we're gonna make sure that we keep pumping the clutch till we get rid of all the dirty fluid. So once we start getting the new fluid out of the bleeding nipple, what we're gonna do is we're gonna press the clutch all the way down to the floor, and we're gonna tighten the bleeding nipple, and that's the clutch bleeding process completed. So you make sure that you tighten the bleeding nipple as well as put the dust cap back on. Just gonna show you how it feels. There we go. It's working fine. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna fit the knee bolster here in this area. There we go. And then on this side, just gonna push the trim in. Next we're gonna drive in this screw here. There we go. That's nice and tight. This trim goes here. There we go, friends. That's the job done. I hope you find this video helpful.